Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Dodgee Gamer here. It is time for the big finale, the grand finale with this Postcards from Canada series. So we've completed 6 years now in charge of the Canada national team. It's all been building up to this, the 2026 World Cup, of which, of course, we are one of the 3 hosts. This is the first time that, of course, the expanded 48-team World Cup runs. Hopefully you've seen the short video I put out with the draw for the group stage. If you have, you'll know that we are facing South Korea and Austria. But as usual, as we've done in past streams, we are going to start off with a couple of friendlies. You know, we'll let any late arrivals to the stream get in. We'll also guarantee that the stream doesn't just end after 2 matches. Anyway, we'll get started shortly. I hope everybody is well. There's a poll running up as usual. I was going to put up a poll about, you know, your reactions to transfer dealings and transfer rumours in the real world of football, but there seems to have been so many today. Grealish and the ongoing Kane saga, Danny Ings and all of that, you know, I couldn't boil it down into one tight question. So we've gone with a predictable question. How do you rate Canada's chances tonight in the stream at the 2026 World Cup? You don't have to vote immediately, of course. You can wait a little bit and vote after we've played a couple of those friendlies. I'll turn the poll off at some point before we get too deep into the tournament. Anyway, got my refreshment with me, a nice hobgoblin ready for the stream. It's been quite a nice day here. Nice, typically English style sunny weather, sunny but cloudy. Ran a few errands, got my son from his football practice, had a little birthday celebration with the family. It is, of course, my birthday today, which I may have mentioned somewhere in the stream title. So thank you for joining me for this. We're going to get into the game. First, we'll roll the intro. Let's roll the intro and then get into tonight's Postcards from Canada. So there we go. I do like running that intro, so we'll run it one last time before we move on to something else. Zaccarello Steve, good evening, and thank you for the birthday wishes. Appreciated. And thanks for joining the stream as well. All right, let me just making sure I got everything set up on my little phone here to track the chat. So yes, we've got the World Cup, 2026 World Cup. Couple of friendlies lined up first. I'll talk you guys through the results since the last stream. So the last stream, of course, was the 2025 Gold Cup. And again, we made it all the way to the final. But Mexico were just too good for us, beating us in extra time. We've since then just been playing friendlies, just been waiting for this World Cup to come around. So we've had a few interesting results, which I'll just quickly guide you through. So we've had a 6-2 over Puerto Rico, and then 3 days later we lost by the same scoreline to Northern Ireland. Not quite sure what happened there, but you know, these things can happen every so often. We then went and did the big money thing. We went out to Saudi Arabia to play a friendly there. We came away with an easy 4-0 win. We beat Dominican Republic 1-0 as well. Then this was our toughest of the friendlies in 2025. Senegal at the time we played this game, Senegal were ranked 12th in the world, I think. So a very good result to go to their place and beat them 2-1. And we finished 2025 with a 3-0 win over Antigua and Barbuda. And I do love how a lot of these Caribbean nations just basically use a cricket stadium for their football match, at least according to Football Manager. Now, as you will know, the World Cup draw then took place in December. We got South Korea and Austria. So, in that classic style that, you know, Football Manager likes to encourage us to do, I arranged Friendlies against similar opponents from similar parts of the world. So Switzerland and Japan. And if we can repeat the results from the Switzerland and Japan games, then we'll be doing well in this World Cup. So we had a 2-2 draw with Switzerland. We probably should have won that game, but Switzerland also ranked, I think, 20th in the world at the time we took them on. South Korea are ranked 21st, so they're of a similar stature in terms of their ranking. And then we also took on Japan, got a 2-0 win over them. Final 2 warm-up games to come. So we got Norway, we're hosting Norway and Cameroon. So those will be our first 2 matches tonight before we get into the World Cup itself. In the World Cup, for some reason, which I do not understand, it's just a little, one of those little quirks of the Football Manager game, I guess. We're playing both our games at the Estadio Jalisco, which doesn't really sound like it's in Canada. It turns out it's in Guadalajara. So for some reason, we have been placed in a group with our matches taking place in Mexico. There are 3 groups that are going to be based in Canada. 1 in Montreal, 1 in Toronto, 1 in Edmonton. So we don't have that home advantage at all. One little bonus tournament that came up. This is an interesting one. So we'll see how things go tonight. We might end up extending the stream a little bit. As you may know, I've created lots of additional competitions, recreating real-life tournaments around the world. And one of those is the Hero Intercontinental Cup. It's an Indian tournament that they invite 3 teams over and play a little friendly. And this year we've been added to it. So we're in there with India, Fiji and Ethiopia right after the World Cup finishes. So, you know, who knows? Hopefully we don't get too far in the World Cup and that messes with our fixtures. But, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Anyway, do remember, of course, I shouldn't forget that little reminder to hit the like button as you come in. Make sure that we get things, you know, noticed on YouTube. The likes, the subscribes, all of that will help this get pushed onto my subscribers' front pages. Get the reminders sent out as well. But our first order of the day is to select our squad for the World Cup. So it's that usual thing. Again, this is one of those small annoyances we have in Football Manager sometimes, that we've named a 30-man squad. We now have to trim it down to a 23-man squad, much as happens before the major tournaments in real life. But we're having to do this before we can play any friendlies, so, you know, it's a little bit pointless. Anyway, all 3 goalkeepers, of course, are in. If we go with the big hitters, of course, Henry and James, there are 2 first-choice centre-backs. Wang Jipeng, he's one of the regens, now picked up 33 caps, so, you know, he's a shoe-in. Adekugbe, he's been with us all the way through Cordova as well. Of course, Alphonso Davies must go in. Estequio as well. Estequio is still at Ajax, and as you can see there, 4.5-star ratings. So definitely one of our key players. Piet, his experience is going to be needed. Osorio, these are all guys who've been with us all the way through. Johnathan David, of course, look at that, Johnathan David being chased by all the Premier League big boys. Well, being chased by Manchester United, and then Arsenal and Tottenham as well. Larin, Cavallini, of course, those guys come in. So that's 16. We've got to choose 7 more. So it's just a matter of... We've got a young striker here, Scott Cooper, but as you can see, he's only 20, only 2 goals in 10 caps, so I don't think he's going to add much to the team. So we'll put in Millar and Atanasov. And we've got Corbeau. I'm not fully sold on him yet. He's been in and out of the squad a bit, but we might come back to him as an option. We've got this guy who has yet to play for us, but could be a backup attacking option from Toronto FC, Zion Benami. But we'll come back to him later. I think we'll put Showman. Let's see. Buchanan, he can come in as well. Owusu. What have we got left? 2 more players to add in. I think we're going to need a couple more fullbacks, aren't we? So we probably want to put in Botic. He's our super aggressive right back. We'll get him in. And then I guess we've got backups in the left back position. So we could now bring in Velisinovic as a backup centre back, or we bring in Benami. We probably don't need the extra attacking options, to be honest. So I'm going to bring in Veselinovic. That's our 23 named. All right, good stuff. So now we march forward to the game against Norway. So Corbino, he's never really played for us that much. Zion Benami is disappointed, never played. He's 20 years old, never played for the national team. Reed is the same. He's been in the squad a couple of times, made 1 or 2 substitute appearances. No, he's got no right to be demanding a place in the World Cup. Anyway, let's have a look. So while we're waiting for the first friendly to come round, do let us know in the chat, those of you who are here, what you think of all the English Premier League transfer dealings, if you've been following them. Looks like Grealish is on his way to Man City in a big money move. Looks like Kane is kind of in a bit of a deadlock with Spurs. And then we had the surprise announcement tonight of Danny Ings moving from Southampton to Villa. Villa, of course, have also signed Leon Bailey, so a lot of people taking that as the sign that Grealish is pretty much a done deal if they're spending big money elsewhere. So it'll be interesting to get your thoughts on all of those moves and how you think things are looking up for the new season. Also, congratulations, of course, to the US men's national team for winning the Gold Cup. Saw that pop up in my YouTube highlights. And we also, we're moving towards the Olympic finals. Of course, Canada, the Canadian women's team, they are in the gold medal game. I think that's coming up. Is it coming up in a couple of days' time? So that'll be interesting to see if, I know Old Lady Plays sings the praises of the women's team. They've got players there who've, got 300 caps and 200 goals. So that will be interesting to see how they do. Now, I see there the assistant manager's advice for picking the team was to go for mainly backups. But, we're coming up against Norway. They're going to have a certain Erling Haaland playing for them, so we've got to take this game seriously, I think. All right, friendly proposals. Okay, we'll accept them. We're never going to get round to playing these, but we'll accept them nonetheless. All right. All right, so Norway first, and then we've got Cameroon a few days afterwards. So, great. That friendly we agreed to has been pretty much immediately cancelled. So if we look at the world rankings, you see Norway are ranked 22nd currently. So just behind Switzerland. Of course, we had a draw with in the previous round of friendlies. And South Korea have slipped back a bit, actually, since the draw for this was made. You'll see we're now ranked 29th in the world. So us and South Korea pretty close. And then Austria, we have to scroll back a bit. Austria here ranked 43rd in the world. We're going to also be playing Cameroon, who are at a similar ranking to us. So we've set ourselves up a couple of good challenges with these friendlies, I think. We're not going for the easy games. But anyway, let's get the friendlies done. And then hopefully we're going to get a few more people in for the World Cup itself. So let me just do a quick pick and then fiddle around from there. That assistant manager always wants to put Davies at left back, but just in that inside forward position, he is such an effective attacking force for us that, we're definitely sticking with him. Johnathan David goes up front. Atanasov can play out on the right. I'm happy with Estakio and Shome. Now, I think we got a message that Piet's carrying a knock, so he's going to be unavailable, which is why James has initially been placed in there. But I'm going to go with Owusu as the anchor man, and we'll try out Henri and Jipeng in the middle. So this is pretty close to our full strength team, just Piet that we're missing out on. Anyway, let's get started, and maybe Shome might not be an automatic starter, but he's in good form at the moment, so we'll give him a run out today. So we'll get your predictions in the chat, please. How do you think we're going to do today in this friendly with Norway? I think I'm going for a draw in this one, although you see they've got Odegaard and Haaland in the team, so they're going with a pretty much full strength team, and bear in mind this is 2026, so you've got those Norwegian youngsters in their prime, so we're going to have to be very careful. All right, go out there and impress me. That's what we're going with. We've got faith in everyone. We're going to play these games in Toronto in front of our own fans before we, for some inexplicable reason, head down to Mexico for our group games. All right, starting off with a Norway highlight. Oh, good defending from Adekube. Show them a bit of the rough stuff. But Norway, they're just coming straight back at us. I mean, obviously, anytime the ball gets to Odegaard or Haaland, we're going to worry. I haven't seen Haaland on it yet. I guess he's pushed up front and centre, waiting for the ball to come to him. Indeed, there we go. He's made the run. Keep an eye on him in the centre. Ooh, he thundered that header against the crossbar. Wow. All right, we survived. We've survived for now, though. Right, let's... Oh, there we go. Cripio catches it. Send out a quick encourage shout. Because we're up against a better team. We'll acknowledge that they are a better team than we are. But with a bit of a lucky bounce somewhere, or a well-earned free kick or penalty, we can give them a bit of a shock, I think. Alright, let's see how we're doing. Aaron, welcome! Good to see you here, and thank you for the happy birthday wishes. Aaron, I must give a shout out to. He is the first... Oh, Johnathan David nearly scores. The first ever Patreon supporter of the channel. So Aaron has a special place in our channel's history. So Aaron, have you been playing those tournaments, the revamped Confederations Cup? We called it the US Invitational Cup and the revamped Copa America. Hope you've been finding them good fun to play with. One of my Patreon tiers, one of the upper tiers, is you get to ask me to build an international tournament for you in the editor, which is the one that Aaron chose, obviously. All right, let's see. We might just jig things around a bit here. So let's give Cavallini a run out. Cavallini, he's getting on a bit, 33, but we're gonna we'll give him that opportunity to play at a World Cup. We'll take off Shome as well, put on Osorio, and that'll do for now. Just 2 half-time substitutes. Of course, it's a friendly, so we'll get to make a couple more later on. Okay, so you haven't got around to them in your saves yet, but you've simulated through, and they all checked out. They all worked well. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, I might be tempted to play through those myself at some point. I mean, I've done the same. Obviously, simulated them, tested them to make sure everything works as it should. But yeah, those are a couple of fun tournaments. Oh, oof, Haaland misses. I thought that was a dead cert for a goal. Oh, long ball over the top from Norway. And, normally when Haaland gets in that position, there's only one thing that's going to happen. Anyway, let's get the break on here. Come on. Come on, Canada. We can do better than this. Oh, that was all a bit rough in the box. Somehow Norway hold on to the ball. And they're just really trying to pick their spot, aren't they? Oof. Oh, we tried our best to break Haaland's legs, but he still managed to score. And I have to take a closer look at that, I think. Look at that. Three players tackled him there. And then Henry had a second bite at it, but he still got through to score. Damn. All right. Let's see if we can get back into this. Oh, no, Norway. They're just a step ahead of us. Get into every ball just before we do. Anyway. Looks like promising for us here. The substitutes are getting involved. Oh, can't get it out to Davies, though. And now we've got Haaland again. Long ball over the top. Goal number 2. Right. We're getting highlights straight from the kickoff. Davies not having a game, is he? I'm going to take him off just to send out that message that, you know, mate, if you're not performing, you're not staying on the field. We did, of course, sub him in that Gold Cup final, but the person I brought on for him, Atanasov, scored the equaliser that forced extra time. So, although he ultimately lost, I felt justified in that. And he's going to score now, isn't he? Oh, great. His name's on the sub board, and he's immediately scored. Oh, man. That's fantastic. I just love Football Manager irony. All right, we won't take him off. We got the option to not sub him. Gotta love Football Manager sometimes. Anyway, let's see if we can get back in this now. We've got a bit of a lifeline. Can we pull this level, make it 2-2? Norway have dominated most of the game up to this point. Oh, David, but it falls for Estaquio. Davies again, almost got the shot off. Ooh, that was close. We'll go back to encourage. Let's bring Buchanan on again. We'll bring him on for David. David's not having the best of games. And I think also Adekugbe. Let's get K on in his place. There we go. I think that leaves us with one more sub. Would it be one more sub or 2 more in a friendly? I always forget. So Canada's group for the World Cup. Yes, we've got South Korea and Austria. So 3 pretty evenly matched teams, I would say. Oh, good goalkeeping from Krepau there. So yeah, if you look at the world rankings, South Korea are ranked 25th. We are 29th. Austria are back around 40th. But I mean, obviously, you know, you've got to consider any European opponent as tough, and South Korea have got, you know, lots of World Cup experience. But this is the, oh come on, can we get the equaliser here? Oh, this is the 2026 World Cup where it's been expanded to 48 teams, so it's groups of 3, top 2 going through. So all we need is to beat one of them, and that should be enough for us to go through. So, yeah, we'll see how we do. A couple of friendlies first. So once this Norway game's done, we've got Cameroon in a few days' time, and then it will be the World Cup itself. Oof, crap. Just punts that one into the stands. Yeah, exactly what I thought. Could be easier, could be worse. I mean, there was one group when the group draw came up. Like, obviously, we were seeded as one of the co-hosts. And there was a group that came up with Wales and the Gambia. And I was like, oh, please let us be in that group. But unfortunately, it didn't work out. Okay, 2-1 defeat to Norway. Not that bad. Not that bad. And Norway are ranked higher than South Korea. So that's a good yardstick for us. I think we can get a draw with South Korea and we can beat Austria. That's what I'm hoping, at least. Who knows, you know. We could go on a bit of a tear, or we could just as easily be eliminated in the group stage. That's kind of why I started the stream with the 2 friendlies. But of course, one of my additional tournaments, the Hero Intercontinental Championship, which is hosted by India every summer. We've been invited to it in 2026, but it potentially clashes with the later rounds of the World Cup. So if we get to the last 16 or the quarterfinals, we might have a bit of a fixture problem, but hopefully that's going to sort itself out. You know, it would be ridiculous if we made it somehow to the World Cup quarterfinal and then FM sent me off to India to play a game and then back to the World Cup and then back to India for another game. But, you know, these are the dangers. Okay, let's have a look. That's what they're suggesting for Cameroon. Cameroon 1 place behind us in the world ranking, so it should be a fairly even game. Okay, good stuff. Let's... only friendly being played today. We probably want to mix this team up a bit. So I'm going to give our second choice keeper a bit of a test. Vasilinovic, will bring him in as well. Piet, let him get some match fitness back. Osorio can start this time. And we'll put Millar in place of Atanasov. And we'll start with K at left back. David, Davies, Estequio, Henry, they can all keep their places. Maybe we'll take Botic off as well. Put Cordova on. A nice bit of rotation. Alright, let's go for it. Yeah, they should. It's possibly because it was a tournament I created. Now, there is something in the editor where you can say to move the tournament if it clashes with certain competitions, and I did, of course, select the World Cup. So maybe it means that they'll just postpone the matches until after the World Cup. We'll see. I've played through 6 years of this save. I've got other friendly tournaments loaded up: the China Cup, the Kirin Challenge Cup in Japan, the King's Cup in Thailand. Oh no! Alphonso Davies injured in the penultimate friendly before the World Cup. That's not what we wanted to happen. Damn. Right, let's bring in Larin then in his place and hope that just turns out to be like a bruised foot or something. Not good news. Yeah, in last week's stream, we had Davis out for the Canada Cup, and then we couldn't win. And now Cameroon take the lead. We're a bit shell-shocked, I think. Oops, not the kind of World Cup warm-up we had in mind. Can we get straight back into it, though? Come on, let's immediately equalise here, and then we'll all be set. Oof, that was close from Larin. Yeah. Plenty of early highlights here, though. Hopefully it's not number 2 for Cameroon. Right. Suddenly, the tactic that served us so well over the last like 3 years of this save is failing us. Our Canada team just suffering from nerves ahead of their big World Cup appearance. Oh, come on, that's good, that's good. Safe hands from McGill. Now we have put a lot of the second choice players out. But, you know, we should still be able to give them a bit more of a game than this. I think we'll need some harsh words at half-time. All right. Okay, interesting that they seem to have pushed Larin back so far. on that side. So they're obviously... So you started with Davies there. They obviously identified him as a threat. Right then. Come on, boys. We've got to turn this around. Why is Johnathan David not reacting at all? Well, I told him he was lazy, and he didn't react. We'll give him a chance to prove himself. All right, Miller's got to come off. So we're going with Atanasov in his place. Maybe we just need to switch things up here a bit. We'll take that off. We'll start going a little bit more direct. And up the tempo a bit. Maybe drop that defensive line back right out there for the second half. Oh man, this warm-up is not going to plan at the moment. And now it gets even worse. Right, we've got to have harsh words with the team for that. Cameroon are just all over us here. Or maybe it's just a cunning plan from us to give South Korea and Austria a false sense of security before the tournament begins. Anyway, go on, let's at least make it a bit more respectable. Make a fight of it. Man, if we concede on the break here, with the number of people we've got back, we should not be conceding here. But we seem to have left a bit of a gap in midfield, and oof, good save. Right, we're gonna have to make some more substitutions here, I think. Definitely, right. Man, so Alphonso Davies is off injured, and Johnathan David has just not stepped up at all. We're going to take him off. Cavallini comes on. Estequio, it's the big players for us who are just not performing today. So we'll put Shomon in his place. Make a difference, boys. Man. Not what you want to be seeing in your final send-off before the World Cup. Your star player injured, and then your other two star players just turning in awful performances. Alright, let's see how we manage without them. So that's one reason why, if any of you are interested in doing an international management save, I would strongly recommend having a go with Canada, because, oh, there we go, Larin pulls one back. Good play. Well done, sir. Because, yeah, when you start the save, you've got Davis and David kind of still in the early days of their careers. So by the 2026 World Cup, I think they're both around 25, 26 years old, so you could conceivably run up to, like, definitely get to the 2030 World Cup and still have them in their prime. Maybe have them around for the 2034 World Cup as well, so you get a good, a good decent amount of time, good 12 plus years with them in the team. You can build a team around those two. I say, having just seen one of them go off injured and one of them turn in a 6.3 level performance, but you know what I mean. All right, let's put those two matches behind us then. Definitely not pleased with that result. Davis, okay, what's the injury? 3 weeks. Oh, twisted ankle. So, today we're on the 7th of June. So he's missing the group stage. Davies is out for the group stage. So we're just going to have to hope that we get to the knockout rounds and that then he can come back into the team. He might be fit for the Hero Intercontinental Cup, though. Man, alright. Well, we're getting close to the start of the big event, so let's name our squad numbers. We'll just do that automatically. Make sure those with a preferred number have got it. All good stuff. Right then. Not gonna dignify that with a response. We're not interested in discussing players we haven't selected. Yeah, hopefully it's not a sign of things to come. Right, anyway. We're probably going to get the World Cup matches beginning around the 12th of June. So we'll start tracking the results there. And well, I suppose the upside of being put into this Indian tournament is if we do get eliminated from the World Cup easily, we still got that to play for. Maybe as something a little bit extra. Alright, so it's actually starting on the Thursday. Interesting. So, ooh. USA losing on the opening day. That's a bit of a shock for them. Venezuela making their first appearance, I think, at the World Cup. Morocco, Spain, a draw. Big result for Morocco. England off to a massive start against Mali. And Chile with an easy win over Saudi Arabia. Alright, so I guess we're not playing on the first match day because, of course, with 3 teams in the group. So Austria, South Korea. This is a big game for us to keep an eye on. Who's going to come out on top there? Ooh, Austria with the win. So the world rankings are meaningless. Austria ranked a good 15, 16 places below South Korea, but they've pulled out the win. That means we've got to watch out because in our game against South Korea are going to be going for it. If that makes sense. Too many goings in there, I think. But yeah, South Korea know they have to beat us or they're eliminated. But we also know that just a point against South Korea could be enough. A win against South Korea and we're definitely through. Then the match with Austria just becomes about first place in the group. Right then. Let's have a look at the next day of fixtures. Oh, Jamaica with a big win. 2-0 over Ecuador. Mexico, they're in the group of death with Colombia and Romania, but they're off to a winning start, so good CONCACAF representation there. Cameroon getting a win over New Zealand. Obviously, they built up their confidence with their win over us, and Ivory Coast and Australia going to a 3-3 draw. Wow. Okay. Gotta say, I'm really just not looking forward to... I've been linked with the Newcastle job. I would never work for such a soulless organisation. Sorry, Newcastle fans. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to when this World Cup goes to 48 teams. I think 32 was a stretch. It's a lot of teams to keep a track of. But at least, mathematically it worked out nicely, and then a round of 16, quarterfinals and so on. But yeah, 48, it's just too many. I remember when I was a kid, first got into football, it was the 2014 World Cup, and I would watch every single game of a World Cup tournament. But with 48 teams, that's going to be impossible. Anyway, Argentina, massive win over the Gambia. Serbia with a big win over Senegal, France beating Ghana, and Uruguay thrashing Uzbekistan. Some quite big results on that day. Yeah, 48 definitely dilutes the quality. Yeah, I agree with you. Same thing in the Euros. It's the whole third place qualifiers thing. I mean, okay, it creates some interesting scenarios, or when you've got two teams on 4 points, maybe they can both go through, but yeah, it's 16 for the Euros was fine. I mean, especially when you consider UEFA as a confederation has what, 50 members, and then 24 teams. You've literally got almost half of the teams in UEFA qualify for the tournament, which is ridiculous. All right, Tom Owen from Goal Magazine. Yeah, we won't put too much pressure on the team. Don't want to discuss Reed. Why are we talking about players who are not here? We'll do our best in the tournament. Okay, everything's fine. Good. A few straightforward questions. And now we're on to our first game. So got to remember, if we do lose, it's not a disaster. USA, man. USA are already going to play the second game before we've even played our first. That's one of the ridiculous things about this format as well. That's big. USA are out. They've lost against the Czech Republic. So USA in their own tournament sent packing early. Oh, Trinidad and Tobago lose to Morocco. Mali get the win over Honduras. Belgium beat Saudi Arabia, so that's Saudi Arabia eliminated as well. Right then, South Korea. That's up next. Here we go. So, for those of you watching with me, let's get your score predictions in the chat. How are we going to do against this South Korea team? Bear in mind, we didn't do well in our friendlies. We didn't do well in our friendlies, and well, South Korea, though, didn't do well in their first game either. Let me just have a quick check-in on the poll. So 60% of the votes so far going for second round, so we're going to get out of the group stage. One person seems to think we're not. You know, I'm not surprised after that performance. After that performance in the group stage. Sorry, in the friendlies beforehand. We were not doing very well at all. Anyway. Let's get to... Oh, wow. Look at that. Nigeria. Coming up with one of the biggest World Cup wins ever. Beating Syria 9-0. Iran beat Guinea. Switzerland beat Japan. Now we get Canada, South Korea. Yeah, USA have not done well at all. I mean, I don't think they've done it. They haven't won the Gold Cup. That's been Mexico every time. They haven't even made the final of the Gold Cup, I think, because the first Gold Cup we played in this save was Mexico-Jamaica. And then the last two have been Mexico-Canada in the final. So yeah, they've really not been doing well at all. Alright, so Davies, unfortunately, is out. It says, oh, he's expected to be out for between 4 days and 2 weeks. Could be back for the Austria game. We'll have to wait and see. So, we can play Larin on the left, where he did, to be fair, he did do well. But I'm thinking, play David on the left, because I've played him there before and he's done well. Larin up top. We're going to use Cavallini as a substitute if we need him, and Atanasov has been good in recent friendlies, so we'll put him in. Piet's back. Okay, we've got our first choice back line. I mean, defense is the weak spot for us, of course. K, it's just, do we start with K, or do we put one of the other options in there? Do we put Shom in there? We'll start with K, and we might bring Shom in later. Right. Let's get out there then. See how we do. I feel quite nervous about this game, actually. Anyway, lads, show me what you can do. Defenders, we've got faith in you to get out there and make the difference. Attackers, the same. Seems a bit tough to motivate them. Okay, it's up to the squad to make sure we don't miss Davies too much. Indeed, alright. Right, first highlight. Just watch this and then I'll grab myself a refill for my refreshment, which is just finished. Okay, if we can start with an early goal, that would be fantastic. Alright, there we go. Larin, good. Got some good play. Patient play until we hit that long ball out to the flank, but no worries. Korea give it away to us. Okay, bit of back and forth here. Bit of back and forth. We've just got to be patient. Try and stick to the short, simple passing, which I tried to drill into the team. Not go for too many crossfield balls. Okay, there we go. Larin is through. That's more like it. That is more like it. I shall open another drink in celebration. There was a lot of back and forth there. Both teams giving the ball away multiple times, but K with the defense splitting ball. Larin put it away. A good call to put him in up front. Okay, do we add a second here? Now that's got to really rock Korea's confidence. They've already lost, of course. They've already suffered a defeat. They wouldn't want to... Well, they have to win. It's a must-win game for us. They have to win here and then hope Austria do them a favour. And don't let us beat them. That's the other thing with the three-team group. With each team only playing 2 matches, I'm sure you're going to end up with groups where each team wins 1 and loses 1. And then as World Cup games are often quite tight, cagey affairs. I mean, what happens if every single match in the group finishes 1-0? I mean, you could have that situation, let's say, in a group like this. Austria beat Korea 1-0, Canada beat Korea 1-0. No, wait, that doesn't work. Austria beat Korea 1-0, Korea beat Canada 1-0, Canada beat Austria 1-0, and then what? 4-team groups are much better. Anyway, if we can add a second before half-time, that would be perfect. Alright, K. Atanasov, come on. Let's get this out there. Come on, out to David. Keeps it in play. Good job. And Larin with his second goal. Get in. Oh. Yeah, there was... I think you're right, Aaron. There was a World Cup match settled by a coin toss. Or definitely, I think it's definitely happened in the Euros. In like one of the early versions of the Euros, there was a coin toss before penalty shootouts came in, I think. Yeah, it's maybe something to investigate on Wikipedia, but it'd be a ridiculous way to settle a match. I do remember Euro 2008, obviously a 4-team group. I was living in Turkey at the time, and I remember there was a scenario where if going into the final game, Turkey were playing, I think it was Czech Republic, and there was a scenario in which a specific result could mean both those teams finished tied exactly for points, tied for goals scored, goals conceded, and then the result between them would have been a draw for that to happen. And then they were saying, you know, as the 2 teams are there having played each other, they would do a penalty shootout to settle a group stage match, which was an interesting prospect. In the end there, Turkey won that game with an injury time goal, so it didn't happen. But yeah, always the danger when you've got a small group and only a handful of games being played. Alright, we're up to the hour mark. Korea still looking for a way back into the match. Now come on, what we need to do here is add a third goal. A third goal, and then Korea's... Ooh, Atanasov almost scoring off a cross. Then Korea's game is up, basically. Remember, we're doing this without Alphonso Davies. He's hopefully going to be fit for the knockout rounds if we get that far.
Isn't about appeasing the crowd.
But we're going to have to wait and see.
Rather...
Right, Larin, he's on a hat trick, of course. Can he get it? Oh, yes. Wow. Wow, he has stepped up big time for us. Alphonso Davies out. Yeah, it's definitely going well so far. Alphonso Davies is out. But we've got Larin. We've got Larin doing the business, and that puts us top on goal difference. Right, let's make some substitutions. Okay, we'll let David miss from the corner first. Larin, I think we'll give him his moment. We'll let him walk off the pitch to rapturous applause. Estequio is out of form, isn't he? We'll put on Osuo in his place. Make a difference, boys. Let's see if we can... Yeah, if we can bang in another goal or two, that'll just boost that confidence a little bit more ahead of the Austria game. As things stand, Korea are going home, Austria and Canada are going to qualify, and then the next match is all about who qualifies in first place. Right, Botic here. Botic, come on. Owusu. Piet. Come on, let's snake that ball through to Johnathan, David. Get in. Cavallini and David. Combining well. Nice one. Okay, that's it. We've definitely got this in the bag. Now watch as we concede for no reason. That's it. Charge into the goal, pick the ball up. You might score 4 times in the final 11 minutes. I'll get a praise shout out, even though we've just conceded. Probably should have done the praise shout after we scored, but never mind. Maybe a 5th goal coming here. Johnathan David on a run. It comes out to Atanasov. He's got the overlap support with him if he needs it. Oh, I probably made the wrong choice there. Alright, come on. Don't let Korea score a second. That would just be ridiculous. Oh no, too little, too late from Korea though. Too little, too late. Right, final substitution. I'm going to bring on Veselinovic for James. There we go. Get out there. Make a difference. Tighten that defence up. Fresh legs in defence for the final few minutes. Okay, let's see what David can do here. Right, yeah, let's get this out to the flanks. There we go. David on a run. Is he going to go for glory? He is. That wasn't beating the keeper, though. And there we go. We have just, with a single match, earned our spot in the knockout rounds. Now, hopefully, we're going to get to play a game in Canada when we get there. Terrific performance. Well done, boys. Okay, there you go. Qualified for the second round. Lovely stuff. That was good because I think, of course, if we go and have a look at the expectations, the expectation was simply to be competitive. Ooh. If we do continue onto that Hero Intercontinental Cup, the expectation is to win it. Alright. No team meetings. No, thank you. Quick press conference. Yeah, anything can happen. Kyle's contribution was fantastic. And the assembled room of 10 journalists only has 2 questions for us. They're obviously not taking us seriously yet. Alright, on to our next round of matches then. So Jamaica-Portugal, now that's an interesting one. I'd expect Portugal to win, but you never know. Ooh, they just about win 2-1. Mexico with a 2-0 win over Romania. Holland winning 2-0 against Cameroon. Croatia win 4-0 0 against Ivory Coast, but 3 late goals to secure that win. All right, let's see what else we get here. So they've updated the world rankings mid-tournament, as you do. All right, Gambia against Wales. What do we get from that game? So it's going to be Wales' first game in the tournament. Wales win 3-0. Rabbi Matondo. Okay, that's a player at Stuttgart. Okay, that's not somebody I'm aware of, but one of the many British players who's made the move to Germany, it would seem. Alright, well, good to see him doing the business. Costa Rica with a massive win over Senegal, representing CONCACAF again. Ghana beating China in a goal fest. Germany beating Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan suffering. So, coming into the final round of matches, so we've already got USA out, as we've commented on. Morocco are through to the next round. That's interesting. Saudi Arabia, South Korea are both out. Nigeria through, so, and guaranteed to get first place. That's interesting, because I think if it's going to be like first in A playing second in B, then yeah, we might be facing opponents coming out of Group F. So it could be Nigeria, it could be Norway again. Hopefully Syria can pull off a shock. We've already played Norway once on this stream and it didn't go well at all. Alright then. They are suggesting a couple of changes. Going to be a full stadium for the game. Got to name a squad for the next competition in the middle of the World Cup. But we're going to stick with the same squad. I was worried actually. In the back of my mind I was thinking, what if they say Davies can't be selected for the Hero Intercontinental Cup because he's injured, and then he disappeared from our World Cup squad. But luckily we've avoided that. Okay. Fantastic opportunity to seize control of the group. Yes. Unchanged Canada squad. Players who were disappointed to miss the World Cup are now disappointed to miss a friendly tournament in India. You couldn't make it up. Hello, Switzer. How's the run going? It's going all right so far. We've played one game at the World Cup and already qualified for the knockout rounds, so that's good. It's, you know, the updated format, 48 nations, 16 groups of 3 with 2 teams qualifying, so yeah, ridiculous stuff. So Czech Republic beat Venezuela. Spain and Trinidad and Tobago in a draw. Wow, and look at that. Trinidad and Tobago actually had the lead on 89 minutes, Spain equalising in stoppage time. England thrashing Honduras. And Belgium beating Chile. Let's have a look at Group B. Oh, Spain. Look at that. Squeaking through. Oh, if they hadn't scored that late equaliser, Trinidad and Tobago would have pulled off one of the World Cup's greatest ever shocks. Right, England and Mali through from Group C. Belgium and Chile through. So it's just a matter of us or Austria for first place, and then finding out who we play out of Nigeria and Norway. But yes, thank you for joining us, Switzer. I hope you're having a good day. How are you, sir? How's your day going? And make sure you drop a like on the video. Alright, yeah, so this is going to be the finale, I should add, of Postcards from Canada. We're not going to go any further than this particular tournament. And then, I don't know, I'm thinking, should we continue with streams here on YouTube and try and just build this up? Or should we have a look at, maybe give Twitch a try? Oh, Henry's picked up an injury. Out for 9 days with flu. Who gets flu in the middle of a World Cup? Right, so we'll have to take him out of the team. We can at least name Davies as a substitute now. Do we rotate a bit? I think we just go with, you know, our first choice team and try and build up some momentum. I might just take Kai out. I know he did play well in that last game, but I'm thinking let's give Shome a run out. So just the two changes, Shome and Veselinovic coming in. Now, I did predict before the tournament that we would draw with South Korea and beat Austria. Yeah, so your day's been good, Switzer. FM is always a good watch. Yes, I would agree with you. Often like to pick up a stream when one's on, when we get the opportunity. So thank you for dropping into mine this evening. Don't think I've seen your name pop up in the chat before. So is this the first time you've caught one of the streams, or have you been lurking quietly before? Okay, let's have a look. There we go. Got through that tunnel interview. Score predictions, please, then, for the Austria game. How do you think we're going to do? Can we pull off a victory? Or are Austria going to, for once, live up to their Dark Horses tag? Oof, Wolf. Taking on the entire team by himself, nearly opening the scoring. Of course, they got Yusuf Demir in there as well. Another young star who's, you know, at this point in the game reaching his prime. So, Switzer, you're going for 2-0 to Canada. Well, I hope you are right. We haven't done many clean sheets through this series so far. We had to rely on having the talents of Davies and David to get the goals for us, while our defence has always been, you know, a little bit creaky, a little bit leaky. Probably the weakest part of the team. Johnathan David, oh, he's gone all the way. Woo. Good save from Schlager. Can we get anything from the corner? No. Ragu's coming forward. Botic with the sliding tackle. Good stuff. We got the chance for something here. Come on, Adekube, let's get... He just let the ball come to him, didn't he? Wasn't bothered about an Austrian player sprinting towards it. Oh, Johnathan David. Thought we might have had a shout for a penalty there. Oh, no. Veselinovic with almost a terrible error. Luckily for him, the goalkeeper was alert to it. Okay, so you got here from TikTok. Well, welcome. Yeah, that's been an interesting day. So I started out making shorts for YouTube, and then thinking that shorts is basically YouTube trying to respond to the popularity of TikTok, I thought, well, I'll start uploading my shorts on TikTok as well. And then one that I uploaded today, just a silly 15-second short, me making a joke about one of the regen names in the game, and it's kind of exploded, at least in terms of my channel numbers. I normally over on TikTok might get a few hundred views per clip, but this one's got, like, I think I checked before the stream, it was just closing in on 3,000 views. It was only posted 6 hours ago. So good to see that TikTok has driven some traffic to the stream. All right, nearly got a goal there. Would be nice to take the lead before half time, but not to be on this occasion. But remember, a point is going to be enough to get us top spot in the group. All right, looks like we're controlling the game pretty well. Austria have only had the one real chance, so I'm pleased with how things are going, boys. Get back out there and complete the job. All right, let's see what happens here. It would be typical of FM now if we've been the better team in the first half and then we just collapse in the second. But yeah, at least we're gonna be into the knockout rounds. Okay, good stuff. Yusuf Demir. Oh, good block there. Got the chance for a break now. Come on. Johnathan David. Get in there. Show the world why Manchester United are trying to sign you. Oof. Larin's shot is blocked. That was close. Oh, come on. Come on. That's it. Ball over the top to Larin. Get in. Oh, that was fantastic stuff. Get in. 1-0. Oh, James spotted that run beautifully. Larin just controlled it on his chest. Plays it across the keeper. Praise. Praise indeed. Right. And Austria equalise straight away, of course. We've still got pole position in the group. Right, let's look at making a substitution. So we're going to bring on Zipeng for Veselinovic. We don't want anybody sent off at this stage of the game. So same thing. I'm just taking off the guys with the yellow cards. Hopefully now we don't just get a straight red. Okay. Now I think if the draw works out as I expect, we're going to be paired up with Group F. So that's Nigeria, already guaranteed first place. So the second place team here is going to play Nigeria in the next round. And then the group winners are going to play either Norway or Syria. We'll find out the result of that game once we're done here. So I'm going to bring on Buchanan for the final few minutes. That's our last substitution. As things stand, am I speaking too soon? Oof, good save from Crepeau, but Fitz was offside anyway. As things stand, we top the group. So, are we going to do it? Yes. Well, you can't ask for much more than that. We've topped our World Cup group. Fantastic stuff. We proved everybody wrong in avoiding defeat. There you go. Confirmation. Canada go through in first place. All right, good stuff. So the 2-0 Canada prediction wasn't quite on the money, but we didn't lose at least. All right, so we're hitting our World Cup stride. And good. Let's just quickly run through this press conference. Not interested in talking about opposition players. Okay, got to remain focused. One match at a time. All good stuff. Ah, Norway in the World Cup second round. Oh, okay, so Switzer, you've just joined us. We played Norway in our friendly before the World Cup. They beat us 2-1, but it was a close game. But they've got Haaland in his prime, of course. 25 years old. And we see in-game he's now moved to Liverpool on £300,000 a week. And he's an elite striker. Yeah. We can see there he's spent 4 seasons now at Liverpool, 20 plus goals every season. So, 11-1 they beat Syria. We were saying maybe Syria could cause an upset. No chance. Brazil, Switzerland 0-0. Now that's a minor shock. Oh well, let's see how we do against Norway anyway. Played at the Rose Bowl, so we don't get a match in Canada still. Never mind. We played our group games in Mexico for some reason. Anyway, let's have a look how the rest of the groups play out. And then we can have a look at who we might get if we beat Norway. We probably won't beat them, but you know. So, Portugal, big win against Ecuador. Colombia and Romania's a draw. Holland with a big win over New Zealand. Croatia with a big win over Australia. I'm sure lots of players there with cross-cultural ties, connections to both teams with Australia and Croatia. They always seem to get a lot of footballers in the Australian team with Croatian roots. Anyway, let's see how Wales do against Argentina. They get thrashed. Serbia and Costa Rica play out a draw. France beat China. Uruguay beat Germany. Oh, that's big. So let's have a look. That is then, we've moved on to the draw for the second round. So let's just check how all the groups finished. So USA eliminated from Group A in the first big shock of the tournament. Morocco and Spain, but Spain through without a win. 2 draws. That means we're getting England, Spain. No, sorry, we're getting Czech Republic, Spain. We get England, Chile, Mali, Belgium. All right, so Canada through, we get Norway, so Austria play Nigeria. Italy and Iran through from Group G. Ooh, Brazil ended up second. So Italy, Brazil in the second round. Iran, Switzerland will play each other. Portugal and Jamaica. Jamaica representing CONCACAF. Good to see them get through. Mexico, Colombia. So does that mean Mexico, Jamaica in the next round? Holland, Cameroon. Australia got through with 1 point. That's ridiculous. Well, Colombia got through with 1 point as well. And this new format for the World Cup sucks. Argentina and Wales through. Costa Rica, Serbia, France, Ghana, Uruguay, and Germany. All right, so we'll just have a look at the second round. Massive, absolutely massive second round. But if we just have a look at the tree. So if we can beat Norway somehow, we would get the winners of Iran, Switzerland. Now, I'm not confident about our chances of beating Norway, but if we somehow can beat them, I would be confident about beating the winner of the Iran-Switzerland game. We've had a draw with Switzerland recently in a friendly, and we should have beaten them. Iran, I think we can beat them.
It's hard to tell.
So let's see. Let's see how far we go. Alright, so we get your score predictions now. Starting now in the chat. Do you think we're going to beat Norway or not?
But that doesn't mean...
And if you think we might do, what's your predicted score?
The feeling I get from this is waking up in the middle of the night.
Right, so Norway are favourites. It's Judgment Day for Canada.
Streams are weird.
Erling Haaland is being touted as a key man for Norway, of course. And he's got Østegård supplying him with the through balls. Right, let's do the press conference. Okay, we've done better than people expected. We're in the discussion for the next round without doubt.
What was going on and why it was happening.
Not going to give away any information about the squad, so yes. We've got to be prepared for a tough match, because Norway coming into this off the back of an 11-1 win. I think a record in World Cup history, so... you know, they'll be on a high. Anyway, let's see what happens here. So Belgium through with a big win over Mali. Spain finally get a win, and it's over Czech Republic. Morocco knocking out Venezuela. And England through with a big win over Chile. Good stuff. 2 early goals, 2 late goals from England. Right, we'll just ignore any messages about the next tournament. Norway, Canada. We're up first. So yeah, typical World Cup organisation. We're playing at the Rose Bowl in California, and we're playing at 1 o'clock in the afternoon in late June. Fantastic. Yeah, and there we go. Italy, Brazil today as well. Whoa, a big day for football fans. So Davies still not quite fit, returning to full training in 6 days. Henry still out for 3 days, so we're just going to have to manage without them. I'm going to bring in Zhipeng for Veselinovic. Right, do we want to make any changes here? Tempted to put David up front and have Laren play out on the left. So I think we'll go with that. Piet and Adekugbe are coming into this carrying yellow cards. But you know, we can cope with suspensions there. And Botic is on a yellow as well. Maybe we should bring in Cordova at this point. Yeah, we'll go with Cordova's experience. Right. Gonna drop the defensive line back a bit because I'm worried about long balls over the top and Haaland breaching our slow defense.
Alright, let's bring that beat back.
Right. Let's show everybody what we're capable of. That's what we go with. Midfielders. Pump fists. Get them all pumped up. Go out there and make a difference, everyone. Norway have got Haaland. We've got Johnathan David. Let's see who comes out on top. Here we go. Chance for an early goal. No, it's Haaland. Ah, stop him. Someone break his legs. Come on. Oh, terrible shot. Overrated. What can we say? Alright, no predictions in the chat yet. Dodgee! Welcome. Welcome. Good to see you here, and thank you for the birthday wishes. You're just joining us. World Cup knockout round. Norway, Canada. It's Haaland versus David. Who's going to come out on top? Well, pretty dull first half in the end. Let's have a look. Alright, well, just checking back on the poll. So, the majority of you went for a second round exit. So, you know, that could happen. Alright, let's see what we can do from here on out. So, I'm just going to change up the chat. Digi, we've got some messages deleted from you for some reason. Alright, sorry, I just lost my chat feed for a second. Let me bring that back up. There we go. Live chat, good stuff. Alright, we'll get that back eventually. Anyway, Norway pushing very high, aren't they? I guess we could drop back to balanced slightly. Anyway, let's say I'm not happy with your performance. That always motivates them, doesn't it? We are going to drop back to balanced as well. Okay, first action of the second half. Ooh, Odegaard being a bit fancy with a back heel there. For no reason. Oh, Atanasov, what have you done, you idiot? Oh, that was a real kind of Vinnie Jones moment. He's off.
If it's an accident, there's an error that gives it, and you leave it in.
Ah, man, that's not good. That's not good.
You want those.
Right then. What do we do from here? I say we go with that kind of narrow diamond, so... David play There's a Shadow Striker. Laren play as a target man. And we're just going to pump balls forward, basically. Keep things narrow. Lower the tempo. And just... Oh, man. Of all the times you don't want someone to get sent off, it's in a finely balanced World Cup game. Man. Right. It's Norway's game from here, isn't it? We just gotta hope we get lucky.
Not about getting all the errors out.
Good stuff from Crepeau there.
Getting it to do it.
Alright, Digi, if you're still watching, I just got a message that you've been timed out by the chatbot. I'm not sure why that is. It might be, I don't know, over-enthusiastic all caps or too many exclamation marks or something like that that's kind of defaultly picked out, so sorry about that. But hopefully it fixes itself. It says you've been timed out. Not my decision. That was the pesky bot. Man. We're possibly going to force an undeserved extra time here. Norway have absolutely dominated. And we've just been hanging on. Oh no, it's going to be late heartbreak. Isn't it? Is it? Who knows? Oh, it's Hague. Oh, here we go. Chance for a break from the Canadians. Show 'em, come on. Show 'em how it's done. David! 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 Get in! Oh! Shut the door. What the hell just happened there? Oh, we have been absolutely outplayed in this game, and Johnathan David has just worked. A moment of magic. Get in. So Digi went with an all caps let's go. A win on pens would be hilarious. We just got a win in normal time, Aaron. How about that? Oh, I mean, look at that graph there for XG. Isn't that the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen in your life? We did it, boys, we did it. Where's Old Lady Plays? She should be here. And I like your lower caps yes there, Digi. Nicely done. The officials were absolutely correct. Magnificent effort from the lads. The Canadian flags draped around the Rose Bowl. Hopefully, can we play a game in Canada next, please? Tanasov, that was a shocking tackle, has to be said. I would fine him if it wasn't for the fact that this is international. Oh man, we've got to bask in the glory of the press conference here. Oh. I don't know what he's moaning about, that's what I'm going with. I'm pleased we're through, we won't be getting ahead of it ourselves. Great achievement for Cordova. Johnathan David's goal, no less than we deserved. Absolutely fantastic goal. That could even be goal of the tournament. I mean, come on, that was absolutely fantastic. Yes, it let that go, indeed. Well, thank you for joining us, Digi. Good to see you here. All right. Let's see what we can do then. Who are we going to play next? So the Norwegian manager is calling me bitter after we beat him. Suck on it. All right, well, who do we play next? Iran or Switzerland? And as I said, I think Iran or Switzerland, we can take them. Whoever we get, we can take them. Switzerland it is, but they needed extra time. They beat around 4-1, but they needed extra time to do it, and they scored an own goal to ensure they got extra time. Italy showing that sendings off don't matter, as they beat Brazil on penalties. Austria beat Nigeria on penalties. Quite an interesting day of World Cup action. Switzerland in the World Cup. Oh, this is huge. So there is that potential for, it's going to be at the Arrowhead Stadium. Where is that? In Kansas City. Damn, I was hoping for, you know, Montreal or Edmonton for this game. Well, let's see what we get here. Man, this is huge. We're into the last 16 of the World Cup, and we're up to 24th in the world. Wow. I think when we started this save, Canada were ranked 76th or something like that. I have to go back to the first episode to check it out. Anyway, Holland beating Australia, Portugal with a win over Colombia. Oh, the CONCACAF clash. Mexico get through. Look at those early goals. 2nd minute and 3rd minute. Croatia beating Cameroon in extra time. 5-2. Alright. Let's see where we go from here. So Aaron said Arrowhead Stadium is where Kansas City Chiefs NFL team play. Okay, cool. Yeah, I know, like, I was talking with Old Lady Plays about it the other day, about the venues that have been, you know, were part of the proposal. I guess they're not the finalised venues for the 2026 World Cup bid, but yeah, she was commenting how every single US stadium is an NFL stadium or a college football stadium that's being reused, and they haven't used any soccer-specific stadiums for it, which, you know, it's a bit of a shame, but I guess that's why they've got Canada and Mexico involved in the bid. Alright, good stuff. Right, so it's going to be a capacity crowd for Canada-Switzerland. Okay, milestone coming up for Krapow. Judgment Day again for Canada. The last game was Judgment Day as well. Is it a case of asking the team to play the way they played against Norway? Well, no, because Norway had 25 shots to our 4 and we had a man sent off. Okay, I'll just blank him. Alright. Keep myself cagey with the media. So if we can get through, if we're going to play the winners of Morocco, England. So let's see what happens in those games. Of course, it's England. Kane, Bellingham, Sterling. See how Kane is now. 32 years old. Still at Tottenham. I mean, Harry, just accept it, mate. They're never letting you go. Bellingham, let's see where he is in the game. At Liverpool now. Oh, that is ridiculous to think that at the 2026 World Cup, Bellingham is only going to be 22. Oh, that's ridiculous. Good few seasons at Dortmund for him. And then a decent first season at Liverpool as well. And Sterling now 31 years old on 131 caps. Still at Man City. Well, we're getting ahead of ourselves. That's what we might face. If we can get past Switzerland. So all the soccer-specific stadiums in the US are under 40k. So yeah, I guess for the World Cup, yeah, they want a bigger capacity. Yeah, and I suppose, yeah, for the US men's national team, maybe the women's national team as well, the Gold Cup, the previous World Cup, most of those stadiums have been used before. Right, let's have a look how things go here. Wow, big shock there. Austria knock out Italy. So obviously our group was a strong group. Stronger than people expected. So it's Canada, Switzerland. Let's get those predictions in the chat. What are you expecting from this? Are we going to beat Switzerland? I'm running out of beer just as the game begins. Right, Atanasov is obviously suspended. Buchanan is the man to come in then, I think. Henri is back after his bout of flu. Davies is still not fit. Still not fully fit. 2 more days. Anyway. Henri can come in. For James. Good. I'm going to stick with Cordova at right back. Because, you know, we did okay in that last game. I think you would agree. Do we stick with Shome? I'm going to put Osorio in. Now, he's only got 2 stars, but that's down to his age. I think he's 34 at this point. We coaxed him out of retirement for a crack at the World Cup. So, Daniel Swan, welcome and thank you. Good evening, indeed. Sorry, I missed your good evening message before I responded to Aaron's comment about the stadiums, but you're going for 2-1 Canada. Dodgee rules the world, going for a penalty shootout win. Well, let's see. Honestly, I'll take either of them. Alright, so... yeah, that's the team we're going with. Let's just get out there and do it. I'll tell you what, though. I am just, if you'll excuse me, I am just going to go and get some more refreshments before this game starts. So keep chatting amongst yourselves and I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Cheers. I've got my ghost can now. Gotta love green screens. Well, let's see. Just catching up on the chat. So, Daniel, Eduardo, thank you for the birthday wishes. Yeah, I hope everyone is well. So, Digi, just trying to finish up work. And you wanted to wish this fine man another happy trip around the fun. Oh, I'll have a trip. I'll have a trip around the fun, especially with this magic beer I've got. Anyway, no product placement on the stream, thank you. Let's get into it. Canada, Switzerland, last 16 of the World Cup. Wow, we're almost at the quarterfinals. What would be the bigger achievement, do you think? Would it be getting to the final of the Gold Cup or getting to the quarterfinal of the World Cup? Anyway. Just show everyone what we're capable of. That didn't strike a chord with the team at all. That wasn't the Any Given Sunday team talk that I had in mind. But at least we've got Johnathan David motivated for the first time in the entire stream. Not the best weather for football out there today. Well, I guess it is Kansas. Probably tornadoes. We'll be wandered off to Oz or something like that. Players can adapt to any situation. Canadian players are not going to worry about the weather conditions. Come on. Larin knows where the goal is. There you go. I shake hands with my Swiss counterpart before the match. Got my tracksuit on. Don't care if it's the World Cup or not. Yeah, World Cup. Gold Cup, yeah. I think you're right. With the Gold Cup, it's just like, you know, keep winning games until you get knocked out by either USA or Mexico. Isn't it? But World Cup, yeah, we've beaten South Korea, we've beaten Norway. So I guess that makes it the bigger achievement. And a Norway with Haaland and Odegaard in their pomp, in their prime. Now, I'm going to have to keep reminding myself that we are not the team in red for this game. That's our opponent, Switzerland, who have just taken the lead. Damn. Alright, we've got to demand more. We don't want the dream to be over this early. But yeah, they've outplayed us so far. But they've done what Norway couldn't, which is score a goal. Right, I don't see anything coming before half-time. Nope. Pretty dull game apart from the goal. Right. Gonna have to go with show me something else in the second half.
Darkness will shortly settle.
Let's up the tempo a bit.
Tiny flames will dance.
Stretch the pitch a little bit more. Get the ball out to the flanks, and we will just go a little bit higher. We're chasing the game now. We're starting with a Switzerland highlight again. Are we going to get counter-attack, or are we going to go 2 down? Don't like where this is going. Damn it. Right, well, they didn't respond to my team talk, so we're going for a berate shout from there. Right, what we've got to do now, I think. We've waited long enough. Alphonso Davies comes into the fray. What other changes could we make here? I think we've got to look at Shom coming back in for Osorio. Make a difference, boys. Come on, we need something. Switzerland again, we need something. If we can get a goal here and put the pressure on them for the final 10 minutes. Set up a grandstand finish. Come on, it's been such a disappointing, lackluster performance from the Canadian team so far. Maybe we spent all our nervous energy in that Norway game. Oh, no. Darn it. Oh well, 3-0 to Switzerland. I think that's game over and World Cup over, unfortunately. Come on, let's at least give the fans a goal to finish things off. Buchanan here with the free kick. Oof, that was a fine strike. Fine save by the keeper as well. Nah, it's not happening for us today. We got the big win over Norway, and that's as far as we've got. Last 16 in the World Cup. Not too bad. We can't complain about that, especially when beforehand Yeah, the FA were only expecting us to just not embarrass ourselves in the group stage, so yeah, we'll see what we can learn from it. Back to the training ground, as if there's training for international teams in Football Manager. Now, well, delighted with the World Cup showing are the Canadian FA, as they should be. So everyone's down in the dumps. Okay. I think this has got confused with the fact that we've got that friendly tournament with India coming up. Okay, so we've kept the same squad. I was hoping for, you know, guys, you did so great at the World Cup. Well done, but okay. Never mind. Thank you, Dodgee. It's a disappointing result, but a good World Cup. Yeah, the Canadians, they would be thrilled with that in real life. I think they'd just be thrilled with the whole getting out of the group stage thing, to be honest. Okay, I am going to send my assistant to that one. So, the question is now, we've got 4 people, according to my stats here, in the chat. So, we've got this this mini tournament, the Hero Intercontinental Cup, which is starting in July, so just like 10 days away in game time. Fiji, India, Ethiopia. Now, I could continue the stream and play that tournament now, or we could end things here. I mean, if you guys fancy sticking around for a couple more matches, let me know in the chat, and that's what we'll do. In the meantime, we'll just complete the 3rd round of the World Cup and see what happens. Do what you like. There you go. That's the Dodgee advice. Good stuff. Holland beat Mexico on penalties. Boadu with the goal. Boadu, of course, he has he's moved today, hasn't he? It's from Arze to Monaco. In this version of the football universe, he went to Juventus and then Chelsea. Portugal through with an extra time win over Croatia. See, I have me on the background as you work. Alright, well that's good enough for me. Alright, good stuff. Let's have a look how things are going. Just drop out of the game for a second. Alright, good stuff. Well, we've got 3 games here. The way this competition works, just to let you know, is it's a bit like the Canada Cup that we featured last week. So 4 teams play each other once, but then they have the top 2 go into a final. So there's potentially 4 more games in this. See here, it's held annually. We've had such illustrious winners in the past as India, North Korea, Honduras, Guatemala, Thailand, Mozambique, Burundi, and Togo. So we'll be trying to add our names to that pantheon. And at the same time as we play through that tournament, we can see what happens in the World Cup. Wow, France need penalties to knock out Wales. Argentina beating Ghana with an injury time goal. Okay, let's see how the rest of that 3rd round plays out then. And then we'll go from playing the likes of Austria, Norway and Switzerland to playing Fiji. Gotta love football sometimes. Alright, good stuff. Don't forget to, as as you join the stream, make sure you say hello in the chat, of course. Hit the like button on the channel. Check out the links in the description if you want to have a look at some of the other stuff I've been up to. This is, of course, the end of the road as far as me managing the Canada national team goes. I'll be moving on to other things next week. I'm thinking, I put a poll up on the community tab, and the majority there went with, rather than doing a single nation over a period of a few years, as we've been doing with the postcard series, the majority went with doing a journeyman. So I've been experimenting with a few different game setups to come up with a journeyman. I think I've settled on a journeyman idea. I think also what I might experiment with for the journeyman through the month of August is combining doing maybe a once a week live stream and then midweek doing a pre-recorded episode. So we can do like qualifiers in the pre-recorded episode, and then the tournament on the live stream, something like that. Anyway, let's submit those numbers. Good stuff. All right. Anyway, if you are just joining us, we've just been eliminated from the World Cup, but fear not, we've got something just as good to play for. We're going to India to compete in the Hero Intercontinental Cup, which is a real live tournament, one that I recreated in the editor to add into the game. So 4 nations come, obviously India as the hosts, and then 3 guests, and then the top 2 play off in a final. So it's a chance to finish the series on a high by winning a trophy, even if it's not the World Cup. You know, it'll be fine. Playing Fiji first. I'll send my assistant to the press conference. I'm not too bothered about, you know, getting the players all hyped up. So into the World Cup, Spain and Argentina in the semi-final. Argentina win through. That's pretty big. So we've got Fiji first, then India, and then Ethiopia. Obviously, we were the only team out of those 4 to make it. England, France in the other semi. We'll find out what happens with them later. So Piet, I guess he picked up a suspension in the World Cup. Right then, Davies should be fit again. Atanasov is back. So we're going with Davies. We're going to go with Larin up top. And Johnathan David on the right. Cordova's carrying a knock, so we'll bring in Botic, and Shom comes in for Osorio. That's my team. So, what do you think in the chat? Do you think us against Fiji? Are we looking at a high-scoring game here, potentially? Or are we perhaps going to be embarrassed? Right, everyone, have a good one tonight. Get out there and make a difference. Let's pump the fists for the midfielders. Point the finger for the attackers. It'll be a great spectacle. Okay, Piet will manage without him. So yeah, any predictions in the chat for this game? Canada against Fiji. Let us know down in the chat. Should be an easier game than we faced in the World Cup. Anyway, here comes Alphonso Davies. He basically played for 30 minutes in the World Cup in total, which was a shame. Second time he's been missing for a big tournament for us. Right, nope, nothing from that. 4-0, Aaron's going for 4-0 Canada. And we've already got India 1-0 up in their game against Ethiopia. Right then, come on. Nice bit of intricate passing. Adekugbe tipped over for the corner. Right. Can we score from this? I mean, normally after a big chance... Oh, there we go, David. I was going to say normally after a big chance, the resulting corner doesn't lead to a goal. But I've been proven wrong. Finally, Johnathan David puts us 1-0 up. Good stuff. Right, Kumi had a second here. Let's have a look. Adekugbe, Shome. In, and there we go. No, Davis is offside. Never mind. It's all one-way traffic in this game, isn't it? There we go. Davis gets his goal this time. 2-0. Good stuff. Fiji have had a chance, it would seem. We just haven't been shown it. Alright, so I see a little spike in the viewer numbers, so welcome if you're just joining us. We have unfortunately been eliminated from the World Cup, but we got to the last 16, so we were pretty happy with that. But we've now moved on to the next tournament, a friendly tournament in India. 2-0 up against Fiji in our opening game. So we're going to stick with this until the tournament's over. So there's 2 more group games after this, and then potentially a final if we get that far. Anyway, if you are just joining us, welcome. Please make sure you hit that like button on the video. Consider hitting the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And let's see if we can add a third goal here. Davis, I think that's a penalty, isn't it? No? Oh, referee, come on. Thought that was a surefire penalty when Davis went down. Anyway, Botic, Mr. Aggressive. Plays a calm ball back. Shome, what a strike. Get in. Goal of the tournament there. 3-0. Let's see that again. Beautiful play from David. Knew exactly what to do. Shown with a well-placed strike. India 4-1 up against Ethiopia. So they're going to be the team to beat in this one. Right, let's see what we do here. Larin, shot blocked. Come on, if we had a 4th goal, we've got to rack up that goal difference. And Aaron, you predicted 4-0, so that's what we're chasing. Got to try and match the prediction here. Shome. Ooh, goes for another long-range effort. Doesn't quite work this time. Right. Looking at players who are feeling a bit tired. So let's bring in Osorio for Estequio. Bring on Cavallini up top. And we'll save a substitute for later. Okay, I sense that there's one more goal in this. We've been all over them. We've just got to be that little bit ruthless. Oh, some interesting defending from the Fijians there. Adekugbe, come on. Estequio, is he going to spray it wide? Indeed he is. Botic cuts back inside a bit. Okay, we're keeping hold of the ball well. It's just we seem to be lacking that penetration. But here comes David. He crosses it in. Alphonso Davies with a tap in at the far post. Nice and easy does it. Right then, Davies, I think. Time to let him sit this one out. So we'll bring Millar on for him. Final 10 minutes then. Looks like that 4-0 is locked in. Okay, one last highlight perhaps. right, Liam Miller on a bit of a run. Goes for a long-range effort. Wow, 6-2 in the other game. India winning, so they're going to be top of the group on goals scored. But we've got the clean sheet. So, good bounce back from that World Cup defeat. Kyle Larin was fine, don't you worry about him. Okay, England beating France in extra time back in the World Cup. So that's an England-Argentina final. Right, Shome then on form for Canada. Good stuff, good stuff. And the Wolfsburg boss came all the way over to India to watch that game. That was nice of him. India ranked 105th in the world. Come on, we should be beating these guys. We're going to finish this series on a high, hopefully. That's the aim here. That's why we're continuing on for this Hero Intercontinental Trophy, or Heroic, which I'm sure was a quite deliberate choice of acronyms. And yeah, then we'll finish the series with a trophy. That'll be our second trophy of the series, if we can win it, of course. Okay. Let's quickly get through that. There we go. And on to the second game. So, of course, we'll take your score predictions for this game against India. Slightly tougher opponent than Fiji, I would expect. Romance of the Cup, yes. I'm all about the romance. Has to be said. By the way, if you are interested in some of the international competitions which I have created using the editor to add to your game, Spain win the third place playoff in the World Cup. Just go down into the description for this video. You'll find links there to Steam, where I've got mega packs for all the international files I've created, so you can check them out for yourselves. Yeah, there's some good fun to be had. Okay, we've got that bug here where Piet picked up a suspension in the World Cup, and now he's going to show up as suspended for the entirety of this tournament, which is annoying. Anyway, let's put Cavallini in up top. I think we'll make a few changes in midfield as well. We'll bring Kay back into the mix, and perhaps make some changes in defence as well. Cordova's still carrying a knock, so we'll leave him be. We'll put James in for Jipeng. There we go. And out we go against India. So, Eduardo. So does Chetri have a regen already in India? Let me just have a look for that. I think we've already entered the game module, so pick up where you left off last time, boys. We will check that out in a moment. Okay, we're confident, and let's get out there. So all right. So Daniel saying you love using the Baltic Cup. Okay, yeah, that's one I haven't actually played myself yet. But yeah, I think that would be good for managing one of those minnow, or in the grand scheme of things, minnow European nations, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, bit of competition. Cavallini nearly got in there, nearly. Ooh. Yeah, but Yeah, so I've got quite a few things on the Steam Workshop. There were other ones that I had in the pipeline that I haven't quite got round to making, but we've got there a mega pack of all the kind of senior international competitions, some regional competitions, some friendly competitions that you can add. We've got youth competitions in a separate pack, and then we've got some like fantasy competitions, some competitions that maybe used to exist in the past, like the Central African Cup, or some ones that have never existed but could exist. Oh, there we go, Davies with the goal. Like I set up a tournament between like France, Spain, Portugal and Italy and things like that. So those are all downloadable for free from Steam. When we move into Football Manager 2022, I will put some of those senior tournaments out on Steam, but the fantasy tournaments and things like that, I'm going to just make available to Patreon members. So if you check out my Patreon, you can subscribe there, and you can either just go for the lowest level just to support the channel, or if you go for one of the higher levels, you can request a tournament, and I'll make it for you in the editor. I'll make it, test it, make sure it works properly, and send it over to you. Internationals only, though. I haven't tried making any club stuff yet, although that's something I'm interested in checking out ahead of Football Manager 2022. Now, Dodgee, we've got Dodgee in the chat. He, of course, has created this fantastic US database. He's restructured the American system. So you've got promotion, relegation, it goes down to like tier 10. So you can mix it up between the professional teams and those established MLS teams. Now I'm thinking maybe, something similar for Australia could be good, because Australia have obviously got a closed league system with the A-League. And I know there's talk in Australia of setting up like an equivalent of the Championship, like a second tier. But it would be interesting, I think, to take all those Australian clubs and try and make a promotion relegation based pyramid. That's something I might look into. FM Llama, good evening. Welcome, sir, welcome. You've just caught the extension. This is like extra time on tonight's stream. We've played the World Cup. We got through the group. We completely, honestly, shithoused Norway in the second round. They dominated the game, and we scored in stoppage time to beat them. Unfortunately, we couldn't get past Switzerland in the round of 16. But then we were invited along to India to take part in the Hero Intercontinental Cup, so that's what we're doing. Going to finish off the stream on a high, potentially. So, what football team do I support? Good question. Well, I actually do support Manchester United. There's a little bit of a story behind that. When I was a kid, there we go, Johnathan, David, get in. When I was a kid, didn't really have a team when I was like primary school age and stuff like that. I just enjoyed football. Then I remember after Italian 90, my dad saying, well, you were really into the tournament and stuff like that, so I'll take you to some football matches. Where we lived, our nearest team was Derby County. We went to see them, but that was back in the days at the baseball ground, and the crowd were not the most welcoming, let's just put it that way. And then he was going to take me then, he arranged a surprise, he was going to take me one weekend to see Liverpool play, because of course, back in those days, nearly 4-0, Liverpool were the best team in England. And he was all set, but when he tried to buy tickets, he realised that weekend Liverpool were playing away. So then he just kind of looked at his roadmap and thought, well, it's the same distance from here to Manchester as it is from here to Liverpool. And he took me to see Manchester United QPR instead. And then I've been a fan since then. That must have been September 1990, I think. Yes, the World Cup is indeed a poor man's Hero Intercontinental Cup. you know, that's where it's at. So you support Blackpool, Daniel. Okay, good choice. I remember that season when Blackpool came up to the Premier League. Unfortunately, it was Manchester United who relegated them on the final day, wasn't it? Sorry about that. All right, so Eduardo, do you have a mod for CONCACAF CONMEBOL Union? Well, one thing I made for my Patreon members was a combined Copa America Gold Cup, so like an international tournament. Best teams from South America, best teams from the CONCACAF zone as an international tournament. But yeah, it would be great to see a kind of club competition like that as well. That would be interesting. So, okay, good stuff. We've guaranteed our place in the final of this tournament. We've still got a chance of winning it. Of course we have. Johnathan David. Wouldn't even swap him for Jadon Sancho. There we go. So you just got promotion back to the championship. All right. Yeah, it'll be good. I know Blackpool, you've had a bit of a troubled time, shall we say, with the owners and things like that. What's the name? I forget the name. I'm sure you can fill us in the name of the family that owns the team. But yeah, they seem to have put you through the ringer a bit. Anyway, Ethiopia is the next game, so it's a bit of a dead rubber. It's just making sure that we top the group. Doesn't matter really, because then we're going to play India in the final. England, Argentina back in the World Cup. Ah, the Oystons. Okay, but they eventually sold up, so now it's Simon Sadler. Ah, typical England. Got to the final, lost on penalties. So there you go. Alright, so 2 games to go then. This game, let me have a look at the table. So I'm thinking... So we've already qualified for the final. It's just like, oh, look at that. World Cup review. Canada, Team Canada were the overachievers. So well done. Well done, Canada. The Canadian FA impressed with my management. Well, at least somebody is. Now we're going to face a determined Ethiopia team. So if we just have a look at this Intercontinental Cup. Now, if let's say if Fiji can get a draw against India, and then we throw the game, and then we get Ethiopia in the final, I mean, that would be a potentially easier win for us. Ethiopia are only ranked 159th. All right. Anyway, we'll quickly skip through this Ethiopia game. I'm going to rotate heavily for this, though, so we're going to change the goalkeeper even. In fact, we'll play Walmsley. He came out for the World Cup, didn't get a look in, so let's give him a game. We're going to go with Veselinovic and Jipeng. Give Cordova a chance to get his match sharpness back. We'll go for Kai at left back. Then Osorio in midfield. Give David a rest even. That's how confident I'm feeling. Alright. That'll do for messing around here. Alright, well, take your score predictions in the chat, how you feel this game's going to go against Ethiopia. I will just quickly... The dog is sitting at the back door, looking at me with her pitiful eyes, asking me to let her out. So I'm just going to start this game and then quickly go and let the dog out, if you'll excuse me. I'll be right back. Don't score too many goals while I'm gone. There we go. Didn't miss anything in that half of football, it would seem. Lama went for 1-6. Is that 1-6 like Ethiopia 1, Canada 6? Well, we've got a bit of work to do in that second half. Daniel going for 4-1 Canada. Well, I hope one of you's right. Definitely given them not happy with your performance. I didn't see their performance. Because the pup was relieving herself outside, but... it seems I may as have well been watching the dog outside in the garden as watching this game. Oh, we've given away a penalty to Ethiopia. I was only joking about throwing the game to let Ethiopia come through for an easier final. But alright, a bit of controversy. We've got that 1. So both Lama and Daniel have predicted a 1 for Ethiopia. It's happened. Right, let's see if we can get back into this. Oh, Cordova's picked up a knock. He's just recovered from one of those. Anyway, he crosses the ball in. It's a classic thing. Too many changes. Yes, Eduardo. Just what I was thinking. Too many changes, and it's messed everything up. The backups are just nowhere near the level of the first choice team. Anyway, Atanasov gets us back in it. 1-1. Good header from him. It's the first time he scored for us since the Gold Cup final against Mexico. Right, can't get another shout out, but yeah, we definitely need to keep this pressure up. Oh, and there we go. Cavallini rolling back the years. That was a good strike. Okay, so... oh, Soviet Afghan has gone for 4-2 to Canada, so you think there's still a goal in this for Ethiopia? Well, you might be right. Oh, that was beautiful stuff from Cavallini. Cool, composed in the finish. Right, we've survived a bit of a scare. We're going to take Cordova off. Bring on Mr. Aggressive. Botic. Maybe this is the point where we throw Johnathan David and Alphonso Davies back out there. Johnathan David, though, he needs that rest before the final, doesn't he? I'll put Liam Millar on instead for Buchanan. And stick on Larin up front. Cavallini's done his job for tonight. Alright, good stuff. Well, thanks for those of you sticking around quite late for the conclusion to this. There'll only be one more game after this, I promise. And then we'll be done. Well, yeah, it's been a good experiment to kind of try out getting into the regular routine of streaming over the last couple of weeks. Osorio. Good, we're really rolling back the years now. The 34-year-olds are banging the goals in. Yeah, so it's been... I've enjoyed the streaming side of things. Just in terms of doing it on YouTube, I don't know. I don't think the streams have particularly brought any new eyes into the channel. Like, oh, Osorio with a fantastic strike. There you go. Daniel Swan, we're bang on for yours. When am I streaming next? Good question. This is the end of this particular stream series. Then I'm thinking next, I'm just wondering whether I try streaming on Twitch for a bit, or I stick with YouTube and focus just on building things up. I mean, so far the streaming, we've had decent numbers for the streaming, but we haven't had any kind of growth. There's been nothing in terms of bringing in extra subs or things like that. Not yet, at least. But, you know, maybe, you know, of course, you've got to be patient with these things. You can't just say, oh, I tried streaming for 3 weeks and didn't really see any benefits from it, so I'm giving up. You've got to kind of play a longer term game than that. But yeah, I'm thinking for... I put out a poll on my community tab, Millar, making it 5-1. And okay, so Soviet Afghan, thank you for that statement. You'll watch it. So you saw me on TikTok where I said I'm streaming. Okay. Oh well, thank you. Yeah, how much would have been the bookmakers' odds for that single goal from Ethiopia? Well, who knows? Well, we've kind of split the difference between FM Llama and Daniel Swan's predictions of 4-1 and 6-1. But at least we had a comeback there. But yeah, I'm thinking I put out a poll on my community, and there the preference was for me to do a journeyman next rather than a single nation like we've been doing with the postcard series and with the Euro stuff. So I'm thinking if we do a journeyman, I might combine there doing like one just regular YouTube episode midweek and then at the weekend doing a stream. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. And then we'll see how it goes. I mean, I know if you go and stream on Twitch, the kind of opportunity to reach that monetization point is the bar is set quite low. You just need to kind of plug away at it for a couple of weeks and you'll get there. But on YouTube, I mean, there's the opportunity to keep everything together, to grow the channel through regular episodes, through streaming, through shorts, bringing all of those things together. But yeah, I did start creating things for YouTube Shorts, and then I thought, well, YouTube Shorts is basically it's a copy of TikTok, so I'll put these on TikTok as well. And obviously today's TikTok video is blown up. If I just have a quick look, actually, I'm just checking the page here. So I put a 15-second video on TikTok mid-afternoon today, and it's now on almost 6,000 views, which is mental. Absolutely mental. You don't get that kind of exposure on YouTube. Anyway. My son's reaction was the best. He was like, "Daddy, are you doing TikTok now?" That was a dramatized recreation of the incident. Yeah, that would be the win-win, I guess. Soviet Afghan. The pun that you saw. There was also the risky business. Just a good thing that TikTok wasn't a thing when I did a save on Football Manager 2015 where I had a Korean regen called Leaky Bum. Anyway, that's good. Taking things a bit too lowbrow. Right, so why don't we play? Yeah, we'll play Cordova. I've got to play Johnathan David. I'm not leaving him out. Lowering can be a super sub on the bench. Right then. So it's the final. We're playing the final against India. Last chance for a trophy. Yes. Yeah, well, back in those days when I got my Korean regen, I was writing about my Football Manager experience rather than creating video content. All right, so score predictions in the chat then. It's India once again. We've beaten them already. This time it's for the trophy. So the fans are excited. Kripo, we need him to perform. Of course we do. So, yes, that's mainly regens in the Indian team we see. No regens. We've got no regens in the Canada team. We're going with original players. So anyway, we'll take your score predictions in the chat and then we will see if we can finish this stream off with a trophy. All right. Let's have a look. Atanasov plays in Alphonso Davies. Look at that. That's what we were missing. 50th goal for Canada. Mental. All right, Eduardo, thank you for watching. And yeah, thanks for dropping in. Thanks for your comments in the chat. Hope you have a great evening. Hope we see you in the next stream as well, whenever that may be. So Soviet, Afghan, and Daniel Swan both going for 3-0 to Canada. All right, well, we're off to a bright start. Yeah, we've got to win this. If we don't win this, then even if I wasn't planning to end the stream with Canada here, I should resign if we don't win this. Anyway, let's have a look. Davis, come on, he's the man. Oh, that was a terrible ball. Oh, now India, no, that was a terrible ball from the Indians as well. Johnathan David is bearing down on goal. Good effort. Good effort. I have to say I am a bit perturbed by the absence of Old Lady Plays this evening. I thought she'd be here for the big Canada World Cup action. And, of course, for the Hero Intercontinental Cup. Who would miss that? Anyway, Davis. Come on, work your magic. Blasts through the defence, runs past everyone, and somehow the keeper saves it. Okay. Damn. Okay. Thank you, Daniel, for dropping the follow on Twitter. No worries, Soviet Afghan. There we go. Johnathan David makes it 2. I appreciate that live streams are, not everybody can make the live stream. That's one other reason why I thought about live streaming on YouTube rather than Twitch. So when people can't make it, YouTube automatically saves a replay. Atanasov, we are well on our way. Yeah, so, I think over on Twitch you have to reach a certain level before you can get your streams saved as replays, as VODs, and even then it's only for a limited period of time. Anyway, we're coming up for half time. See if we can add a fourth before then. I've known Old Lady Plays as long as I've been creating content on YouTube. All right, good stuff. Big 3-0 lead at half time. It's complacency we've got to watch out for. Don't let your performances drop, boys. Gonna have to have individual words with these guys. You can still improve. They're still complacent. Never mind. So New Caledonia, yes, that is a great suggestion, Daniel. That's one team that I have managed in the past. Many years ago, when I was writing on the SI forums, I did my first International Manager of Mystery Save and managed New Caledonia as my first team. So yeah, I've managed them in the past. Oh, India, trying to get back into it. Cheeky. And also, one time I did the Hexagon Challenge with clubs. I was trying to win the 6 Continental Champions Leagues, and I was really determined to not go for a New Zealander team with the Oceania Champions League, and I tried and tried. I ended up spending something ridiculous, 12 seasons with a New Caledonian team trying to win the Oceania Champions League, and we just couldn't do it. And then I took a job at Team Wellington, and we won the Champions League. Oops. I didn't want to make that substitution. We won the Champions League the next year. So, yeah, we were just better. We just had to give in to stepping outside New Caledonia. What I'm thinking for the journeyman, start at the bottom. Start with the bottom-ranked nation in the game. And then see how far we can go from there. That's what I'm thinking. And then, obviously, I want to visit every continent. Atanesov puts us 4-1 up. That's beautiful. Yeah, there goes the clean sheet, unfortunately. Michael McNamara, hello, welcome. Are you just joining us? Fairly late in the stream. Yeah, I hope you're well. And yeah, thanks for popping in. We're probably going to finish up in the next like 10 minutes or so, but stick around because we're about to win a trophy. We're about to win the Hero Intercontinental Cup. Yeah, no worries. No worries, of course. That's the thing. Beauty of live streams. People can drop in at any time. Anyway, 5 minutes to go. Let's praise the team. Can we add a 5th goal? Make this extra emphatic. Or are India going to make it 4-2? Well, I hope not. All right. Rain's pouring down here. There we go. Aurora, but good save from Crepeau. Of course, Borjan was our goalkeeper when we started this series, but he retired. He retired after the 2023 Gold Cup. So we've been using this guy Crepeau ever since. And here we go. There we go. Canada lift the trophy. Fantastic stuff. The Hero Intercontinental Cup. That's our 2nd trophy of this career. So we won the World Soccer Series, beating Australia, New Zealand and USA to the title. Now we've won the Hero Intercontinental Cup. We made 2 Gold Cup finals, but it wasn't to be. No Continental Championship, no World Cup in this save, but at least we got the trophy here. Thank you, Michael, for the happy birthday wish. And yes, Daniel, it is indeed a good way to finish the series. That's why we continued on for this. So, you know, we could finish on a high rather than finish on a 3-0 defeat to Switzerland. But yeah, good stuff, and good to see Alphonso Davies and Johnathan David getting on the score sheet. So congratulations, we say to the team. We're pleased to win a trophy. Alphonso Davies, great start. Oh, that was nice. If only every tournament could be like that. All right, we won't bother with the press conference. I do just want to have a look. If we go back to the World Cup, let's have a look at the award winners. So, Pavon was named Best Player. Best Goalkeeper was Aaron Ramsdale. Come on. Best Young Player was an Argentinian regen. They didn't put any Canadians in the Dream Team. Goal of the tournament, we didn't place there, even though Johnathan David possibly should have. We didn't trouble the top scorers, but never mind. Never mind. We have had a fantastic time. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed that. If we just go and have a look at my profile, just to go back over what we've won. So if we go to the biography, well, the biography is pretty short. We won the Hero Intercontinental Cup in 2026 and the World Soccer Series Shield in 2023. We know that's not the whole story. We also, you know, made the Gold Cup final twice. We came within a goal of qualifying for the 2022 World Cup. We made the knockout rounds, the last 16 of the 2026 Gold Cup. Okay. Well, thank you, Michael McNamara, and Darren as well. Welcome. But we're just about to wrap things up. So anyway, thank you to everyone who's watched the stream series, whether it was just part of it or all of it, or, you know, just today's stuff. I appreciate your support. We will be starting a new series soon, so keep an eye on the YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you're not done so already. Hit the like on the videos, and yeah, thank you very much. We'll see you for more international action on the channel soon.